What is up, guys? It's Hubs, and I'm really excited for this video. This is the new Trial of the Gods, trial number 1. So here's my Anima Darban shell, BB10. Yes, after my last summoning videos, I used another 400 gems until I got an Anima one. Here's my Anima Melchio, using a Dravis. That's a Lance Sphere, if you didn't know. Got an Anima Lilith, using a Leg 1 gem. And then I got an Anima Lily Mata. Oh, what is this? BB1. So I gotta switch this thing out. This is a pre-recorded video, by the way, so I already knew I had to switch her out. But I've got 3 Max Lily Matas right now, and only one of them has BB10, so I'm gonna go ahead and find her and swap her in right now. There you go, there she is, my beautiful Lily Mata. And then I'm gonna show you guys my last unit, which is my Elimo, right after I equip a Leg 1 gem on this guy. But yeah, so this is a pre-recorded video. I was so excited when this dungeon came out, or this vortex. I was sitting in the middle of my Religion 101 class. Yeah, I'm taking religion studies. I'm in my last year of university. I need arts credits to graduate. But anyways, that's beside the point. And I was sitting in my tutorial, and I just was like, alright, I'm doing it. And I just started recording. So here we go. I went into this dungeon completely blind. Like, I literally started this run immediately when the dungeon came out. Like, I was checking all morning, and then I checked the chat, and someone said it's out, and this is literally like a minute after it was released. So here we go, trial number 1, Burning Desire. So by looking at the name, Burning Desire, you can probably assume this is like a fire vortex. I was not even thinking that when I did this. All I could think about was getting inside and seeing what's new. And I gotta say, I was really impressed by this dungeon. Gloomy has done an amazing job, and I couldn't be happier with this new vortex event. It was absolutely amazing, and just huge props to them. I had a lot of fun running these. Anyway, so regular item setup, 10 cures, 5 Fujins, and then 3 revives. That's a regular setup. And I decided to bring a Foundness friend because, I was going to this blind, I didn't really care. So first round, I just decided to attack him because I had no idea how strong this guy was going to be. They said on par with Vargas Vortex, and I assumed, okay, first round can't be that bad. And I was right. He didn't do really any damage to me. So this is actually the same kind of party, except for the friend unit that I'm going to end up bringing to Maxwell, because Melchio's kind of cheap right now. He has a little bug with him where if he uses SBB, it fills everyone's gauge on your team. Anyways, so this is the second turn, and what I should have done here, and what I didn't do, was use Melchio's BB. I completely forgot that, there's a chance this guy might give you status ailments, and there you go. 4 of my guys got paralyzed right off the bat, and that sucks. So me being the smart person I was like, okay, I'm just not going to do anything. I'm going to, use my Melchio now. Okay, so I've got 3 turns of immunity. So the plan here right now is, okay, my Limo's never going to get paralyzed, and my Melchio's never going to get paralyzed because my Melchio is using a Dravis. So right now my goal is just wait out the paralyze. Once the paralyze is over, I'm going to finish this guy like he's nothing because he doesn't seem that difficult at all. So I just pop my heal to Limo, and the reason I really like the Darvan Shell Melchio Elimo combo over the Tesla Altri combo is just because, in my opinion, I prefer a 5-star Darvan Shell over a Tesla any day, just because Darvan Shell actually has a single target Brave Burst attack, which generates BC. On top of that, filling his BB gauge is really small anyways, and I don't really need a Tesla because, if I use a Limo instead, it's a lot more. It's like the same thing because Elimo and Tesla both give a defense buff. I think Tesla's might be higher than Elimo's though. But whatever it is, like Elimo, and Elimo also has some damage mitigation on her SBB anyways. So, anyways, I really like the Lily Mata and Melchio combo too. It's just because it's kind of cheap right now. And you're going to see a lot of times in this video where I'm just completely saved because I have a Melchio and a Lily Mata together. And sometimes I need like a little bit more fill on my gauge so I can activate Darvan Shell's BB, and then there it is, Melchio SBB, and then my Darvanchel can use his BB. So it's really cheap right now. I gotta say, this is probably the best squad right now in global for clearing Maxwell, in my opinion. Like, I think it's the best. Some people might say otherwise, but you know what? I'm gonna go with this, and I'm more than confident that I can beat Maxwell with this squad. And when he comes or she comes out, I'm gonna beat her with this squad. Well, also there's gonna be my squad 2 and 3, which is gonna be full of the exact same units because I have 3 Lily Matas, I have 5 Anima Liliths, I've got plenty of Darvan Shells and Teslas and Eltries, so yeah, that's another story for another time. But anyways, so this Zagar Nothing too difficult. As you can see right now, it's basically impossible for me to drop down to low HP because of the combo of Darvan Shell and Limo constantly buffing me, and then using Lily Mana and Melchio, I'm basically always at full BB gauges, if you can't see. And my Felness friend, it's like, I don't even care. I could have brought any friend and I would have the same effect. To be honest though, I think the best friend to bring for this squad would have probably been either a Dio or a Loden, because there you're going to get the 50% attack boost, plus you're going to get the BB generation anyways. And I'd say their BB generation, I would like Loden's BB generation over Felness's actually. No particular reason why, no real evidence to back it up. It's just a personal gut feeling. So anyways, here is Gloomy, and I went to this blind, like I said before, and I just started hitting Gloomy, and I was doing like 1 damage. I was like, okay, this obviously the way to go was to have brought either a Dilma or Zephyr instead of Lilith for the defense ignore, and I probably would have like one-shot this guy, but obviously I didn't know that, and I didn't think ahead in that way because, I was like, this party's pretty good. I'm probably gonna get through this. So basically, this is just a really long round too, so I sped it up 3 times just to get this done and over with. But I don't know what to say about Gloomy. I read on Reddit after I finished this that apparently Gloomy, after the 5th turn, he'll like one-shot you. I don't know if that's really true because I'm pretty sure like this Gloomy battle was like 10 minutes long for me, and I basically just sat here doing 1 damage to him the whole time. And it was again never a problem because the mix of Alimo, Darvan Shell, Lilith, or Lily Mata and Melchio is just, it's too OP right now. It's so strong. There's like infinite brave burst basically. I mean, I'm pretty much using Darvan Shell's BB every single turn. I mean, if you're watching now, like, see, I just used Darvan Shell. It's gonna fill up again. I have him again for the next turn. That might be the reason why I didn't get one shot, because it's 50% damage mitigation. The most this Gloomy will ever do to me is 50% damage. Yeah, look at that. It's like I didn't have it full, and then Gloomy hit him, and then it was full, because that's the power of Lily Mata. There you go again. He's full again. So I've had Darvan Shell's BB for like 4 turns in a row right now, and I'm probably gonna have it again. Oh, he just ate everyone's BB. So no, I did not have it for that turn. So will he one-shot me here? Maybe I got lucky. I don't know. But there you go. Have it again. And that's probably the reason why I lived through this, just because Darvan Shell's that good. And Darvan Shell, like, God, Lily Mata is honestly the best leader right now for bosses. I don't see any better combination you can use right now. She's just that good. So yeah, Lily Mata, Darvan Shell, they're 5-star forms. Even in their 5-star, they're some of the best units in this game right now. But anyways, that was Gloomy. I sped it up because it just took way too long. Probably would have been better to bring a Dilma, a Zephyr, a Lava, or a Raiden for defense ignore instead of Lilith. Personally, I'd probably choose Dilma. Dilma is a really strong unit right now. And then, yeah, so then there was this stage with the Mossy. And, of course, being this was my first run, I had no idea what was going on. I mean, there were no guides out yet for this yet. Not a lot of talk either. And I didn't really want to read anything because then it kind of ruins the fun for me. So anyways, I was just hammering away at these guys. I was like, I didn't even know what was going on because, okay, first of all, I can see, like, there you go. I tried to click around and try to target someone else to see their HPs, but I couldn't because the only thing in front of me was a brute Mossy, and he actually has this, like, threat buff, which makes everyone, like, you can only target him. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to keep hitting. And then I noticed that my AoE SBBs and BBs were doing more damage than the Squirty was healing. So at best, it heals for either 250 or 15k. And I was looking at it, I was like, yeah, okay, I'm doing way more than 15k damage. Or not way more, I was doing like a little bit more than 15k damage. So I was completely satisfied with just going at this over and over again. But at some point I got really confused. I was like, am I really doing any damage at all? Or is there some kind of trick to this? I mean, I could have sustained this battle for the whole time because with 3 enemy units and like AoE BBs and everything, and with Lily Mata, there's absolutely no way I would have died here. It would have been pretty much impossible. Unless like I purposely tried to kill myself. So at some point I'm going to get really confused. I mean, so I was just like, at this point I had finished class and I had walked over to the building where everyone buys food at the university I go to, which is UBC by the way, if anyone goes there. And then I just sat down on a couch and I was like, okay, I really want to finish this fast because I'll plan to go to the gym after. And then I was like, why can't I target Squirty or Bernie and figure out how much HP they have? Because I knew I was slowly killing them, but I didn't know how fast or how slow I was killing them. So at some point here, I don't know how long it's going to take me to realize that. It was pretty embarrassing. But eventually, I was like, why can't I click squirty? And then I started guarding all my units, but it looks like I still haven't got to that point yet, so we're just gonna wait a little bit until I get to that point. Oh, look, here's the point. Yeah, I kept trying to click squirty almost every turn, and then I just started guarding, and I was like, it's because I noticed that on one turn that the threat buff over Mossy actually disappeared for a second. So I just kept trying to guard because I think it only, I don't know how often it disappears, but right now, like right there, it's gone. So I was thinking like, okay, maybe I can finally target, yes, and I could check them. And I was actually almost about to kill Squirty, and I was more than halfway through Bernie as well. So if I just kept going the same way, I would eventually kill them. But then this way, I was like, oh yes, I can finally target Squirty. And then I just used all my guys and dumpstered him because, yeah, you do like actual damage to Squirty. And then that was basically that. And then once Squirty's down, because he's a healer, then you can go ahead and finish off Mossy and then finish off Bernie. And again, it's impossible for me to die here because the BB generation is just way too high. But yeah, that took me a while to figure out, and I assume the easy way of going through this again is bringing an ignore defense unit, and you probably could have like one-shot Mossy, and you wouldn't even have noticed or known that if you had started guarding, the threat buff would have gone down on Mossy, which to me, like, that's an amazing mechanic, and like I'm really hyped up about it, and I'm really glad that whoever is working for Global Brave Frontier right now was smart enough, was creative enough to put something like that in this game. Because to be honest, like knowing all the content that's coming out before it even comes to Global, like for example Maxwell, we have Maxwell counters. Like turn counters already created for us as like web applications. It's gonna make Maxwell super easy for us. We know exactly what to expect. But with this dungeon, I had no idea what to expect. I brought the best party I thought I had, and I tackled it, and there was like, for example, like the Gloomy guy, I was like, what is this? I just do one damage this whole time. Oh, defense ignore would have been great to bring here. And then I'm doing this one here, defense ignore probably would have been great too. But who knew that this threat thing was there, and I would have to guard and wait for it to go away so I could target Squirty and then kill him. But I mean, you could also have just brute forced it as well. Like, as you could see, I was almost already done with Squirty and Bernie by the time I realized that, which, I mean, to me that doesn't matter, but it was really fun. And I was sitting there on the couch at school, I was just like, what is going on? What's taking so long? And like, am I actually doing anything? And then finding out that I actually was doing something, I mean, to me that was huge. That was really cool. I gotta say, like, huge props whoever designed this in Gloomy. Just, I'm a clap for you. Thank you, because this was really by far the funnest dungeon I ran. I think, well, to me, the Vargas dungeon might have been equivalent. But the thing is, like, okay, when I ran the Vargas dungeon, I brought in like crit teams, which, well, not for Vargas. I only critted Lance actually, and I didn't even one-shot him. The Vargas dungeon was fun. The problem with that was, I guess I was stupid. I didn't bring Tesla. I don't even know if Tesla was out at that time. I think he was. But whatever the case was, I didn't. So I didn't find it that fun. I actually died and had to use a gem. And then eventually I used a crit team and beat him again. And then, so I guess you could say like those dungeons were equally as fun. And I guess they're pretty much equally as rewarding. Yeah, what am I saying? Legend Vortexes are pretty good. Lance Vortex was fun. Ez Vortex was really fun for me. I just had a video for that about like last week. I used a complete Earth team to beat the Ez dungeon instead of a crit team, just for fun. But yeah, so I just finished trial number 1, and I'm gonna get some rewards probably. I actually know what I'm gonna get. It's gonna be 100k Zell. It's gonna be 25k Karma, 1 gem, and a burst frog. So that's it for now, and I will see you guys next time.